The game is on tonight in America, and it's really going to be a huge one as Arsenal takes on the side of Bournemouth in the US. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani. David, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it's always good to obviously have you in here. You people are really great, and we love you to the fullest. Let's see, close to 200 likes matching this video as we talk the match preview of Arsenal versus Bournemouth, and this is powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets 256 are your dealers, or are your worthwhile dealers in new phones and your laptops. They also deal in used UK phones and used UK laptops. You can call them on +256 70 99 88 665. That is Mono Gadgets for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Now, over the weekend, Arsenal had to play against the side called Orient. It was called Orient what? Forgotten the name. But Arsenal beat the team by 2-0 cutters of Gabriel Jesus and Emily Smith-Rowe. They went ahead, obviously score, and they kept a clean sheet into that beautiful game of football. And that was the first game they played, but it was behind the doors game. For the very first time, you people are really going to get a chance to watch the players of Arsenal play tonight in America in the wee hours of the morning. And we're going to be here bringing you the confirmed team news, and then after the match reaction will follow after as we prepare for the game of Sunday as Man United plays Arsenal down in the States. So we thank the God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Alhamdulillah, and I've been told that it's not Barakallahu Fikum, it's Alhamdulillah, right? So that is it, and let's obviously get into this beautiful game of football. But Arsenal comes into this beautiful game of football when they don't have the following players at their disposal. That is Kai Havertz, Rice, Ramsdale, Bukayo Saka. Who else? They don't have Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba. Those are the players that Arsenal not really having. And apart from William Saliba, right, Rice, Ramsdale, and Bukayo Saka, the rest of the players will be joining Arsenal on the 25th. Most of the players, including Kai Havertz, in there to obviously do the great job for the club of Arsenal. But in this game particularly, the other players that are really out because of injury are as follows: Kieran Tierney and the player called Tomiyasu. They're out, and they're not going to be really taking part into this game that Arsenal is really going to be playing in the US. I think it's the third season in a row when Arsenal is really taking its pre-season to the US, and we all know to it that a lot is really great involved into that side of Arsenal. So Julian Timber is available, and very many others. When you look at Bournemouth, they've already played against Wrexham, and they went ahead obviously see them draw by 1-1. It was a 1-1 draw already in America, and Arsenal fled in America, I think on Saturday, Sunday, and then now they've been there for days. They've gone ahead to settle in, and they are planning to obviously coming through and really put in a very huge shift. Now let's go to the predicted starting 11 for the side of Arsenal and see how things are really going to pan out for the club of Arsenal into the mix. And the system that we expect Arsenal to play is a 4-3-3 system, you understand. And let's go to the pitch and see who is going to be playing where and what Arsenal will be having to bring. In goal, I think it's going to be Karl Hein. That is it. Karl Hein is going to be in between the stitches for the club of Arsenal, and there is no doubt about him because he is the most experienced goalkeeper alive that they are having in the preseason. David Raya is one of those players that is not going to be taking part into this preseason in the US, and Arsenal will obviously see him join them as they prepare to play against Lyon and Bayern Leverkusen down at the Emirates after the US tour comes to an end. The right back, I believe it's going to be Julian Timber. I believe he's going to be played as the right back into the mix because the manager, Mikel Arteta, is looking at him as a right back, I think, mostly. And as I told you in the previous videos, that this is going to be the game where we're going to be getting to know what plan does the manager of Arsenal have for a player called Julian Timber. Is he using to play him as a central defender, or is willing to play him as a right back? Because for the left back, options are really huge. Tomiyasu, Karafiori coming in to take the first spot in the left back position, and Zinchenko. So I think it's going to be played as a right back into this game of football. On the left back, I anticipate it's really going to be the man himself, known as Zinchenko. I saw him in the images as Arsenal was really beating a team called Leyton Orient by 2-0. He was into the photos, and I anticipate that's going to be playing on the left back. And right-sided centre-back, I think it's going to be Benjamin White into the mix. And for this, let me sound it out. I think it's obviously going to be Benjamin White to be played into the right back, or the right-sided centre-back, or Julian Timber. So whatever you see, it's either Benjamin White on the right back, or on the right-sided centre-back, or Julian Timber on the right back, hold onto the right-sided centre-back into the mix. On the left side of the central defense, I think it's going to be Jakub Kiwior coming through to put in a very big shift for the club of Arsenal into the mix. And I believe that's going to be the back five of Arsenal as we head into this beautiful game of football. Now, this is where it's really going to turn a little bit tricky. The midfield, I think Thomas Partey is really going to have a very huge goal into the mix, and Jorginho is going to be sitting into the single pivot for the club of Arsenal in there. For you, remember, he hasn't going to play any minutes, and he might not even start, and it might be Thomas Partey playing in there for you. But this is my probable starting 11. Then you'll see another player called Martin Odegaard into the midfield 3 alongside Thomas Partey into the mix. That's the team I believe Arteta might bring in through, but you might see some huge changes as Thomas Partey will be played in the CDM area. Then Emily Smith-Rowe might be added to Thomas Partey and Odegaard. That means Jorginho will be played off the bench to come in through and really play in some 30 minutes towards the end of the game. You understand? So it might even be Fabio Vieira who is going to be dropped into the midfield to do the needful. Now, on the right forward, I believe it's going to be none other than Fabio Vieira to play onto that side. Then on the left, I think it's going to be Emily Smith-Rowe to do the needful. And remember, he scored a goal and he has all to prove to the manager. And leading the line, it's really going to be Gabriel Jesus into the mix. But when you look at that starting 11, probable, it might really turn out to be as follows. For example, in the midfield, it might be Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and Emily Smith-Rowe. On the right, it might be Fabio Vieira. On the left, it might be Edin Ketia, and then Gabriel Jesus to lead the line. And the rest of the players, Jorginho, Reece Nelson, Trossard, Leandro might obviously coming through in the second half to obviously try to start off their preseason with the club of Arsenal. So that is the predicted starting 11 for the club of Arsenal that I believe is going to come in through and obviously put in a very big shift against Bournemouth. Now for Bournemouth, in the game they played against Wrexham, they had Dennis, Mepham, Scott, Smith, Jobson Hill, Semenyo, Kilkenny, Philip, Anthony, and Bevan. But on the bench they had Neto, Tavares, Kekezi, Cookie, Favre, Solanke, Christie, Dango, Tavernier, Senesai, Zabarani, Aarons, Kingsley, Adudeji. So almost the team that started against Wrexham is the second team, and these other players came in through to play like 30 minutes and 30-40 minutes, meaning that they were prepared for the game of Arsenal, right? They are prepared for the game of Arsenal, and they're really ready to obviously put out their big guns to take on Arsenal. And this game is really going to be very exciting, and Arsenal will be playing this game as they prepare for the side of Manchester United on Sunday that is yet to touch down USA tomorrow, as Arsenal will be playing the side of Bournemouth. United will be touching the side of USA, and they'll be training on Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday will be the match day into the mix. So I call upon for your predictions into the comment section below. Who do you think should start and who do you think shouldn't start into this 11 that is going to be played, that's going to be playing against Bournemouth as a probable lineup that I'm going to have to come up with. So remember, we are powered by the side known as Muno Gadgets 256, dealers in new phones and laptops, and even used UK phones and used UK laptops. You can call them or WhatsApp them on +256 70 99 88 665. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun. I sign out for now. See you later, and I'm ready to obviously get into the big story of Karafihori, and anytime from now it's really gonna be sounded as a big done. Here we go by Fabrizio Romano, as the agent is obviously trying to exchange papers with the side of Bologna and Arsenal, and the rest is gonna be done and dusted. Guys, I'm out. See you later. Hope you're gonna hit to enjoy this video. A short one, but it is really detailed, as you people are demanding from me. Arsenal versus Bournemouth match preview. It's in here for you. Julian Timber and Gabriel Jesus to start, as they obviously face on the man Solanke. You know Solanke? He scored close to 19 goals last season, and we are waiting to see whether he's gonna be kickstarting his fresh season with the club of Arsenal in the preseason by annihilating them and really tearing them to parts, especially that central defense of Jakub Kivio and Benjamin White, all Julian Timber. We out. Bye-bye.